Hello, everyone. Hope everyone had a great July 4th. We are back and we are going to talk to a health coach. She is a nutritionist as well as a yoga instructor, and she has gone through a perimenopause journey and used holistic therapies to navigate this journey with success. So we have Adrian joining me live right now, and she'll uh, help us understand a little bit about her journey, how yoga can help, and maybe when we have time, talk about a demo. Thank you so much, Adrian, for joining me. Namaste.
You're welcome. Namaste. Awesome. So, yeah, actually, when I was perimenopausal, or after, I guess it was around age 50 typically, I didn't really do yoga then, FYI. But I was getting deep into homeopathy and natural remedies, Bach flower, aromatherapy, Reiki, go down the list, starting to move into getting my nutritional certification, et cetera, et cetera. So the bottom line with that was, at that point, I did a lot of raspberry extract for a lot of the misery I was going through. Yes, and you were talking about the sweating thing. Yes, indeed. And a lot of people, a lot of women I know, I hear, put air conditioner units in their bedroom, to deal with that. If, that's possible. I couldn't. So I just sweat it out literally, But as the years have gone by, I've gotten more certifications, and it was around 2014, 2013 that I got really seriously interested in yoga. So then began the journey. So I've got well over 200 hours working on my 300 hours of more in-depth studies at the moment. So you were talking about breathing might be helpful to a lot of people for a lot of different reasons, and certainly being menopausal and going through the sweats and the anxiety, which is also associated with it. I had that too. I had the anxiety thing in the middle of the night. Back then, I would just down several cups of chamomile, but which was helpful for sure. All those other modalities, which I have here, another thing we could discuss another time, healing the gut. I'm deep into that. Dirty Genes, that's a fabulous book, by the way. And on and on and on. And really, one of the key issues with all these different approaches to healing, definitely your breath is probably at the top, one of the top things. So what we all need to do is remember not only to, quote, breathe, but how to breathe. And so one of the easiest things you can do to start getting into that technique is you can lay down, if possible, or take a seated position and just start to think about a body scan, scanning your whole body to relax, thinking about your toes. This is basically a yoga nidra approach, which I love. So you think about all the parts of your body, and you think about the right side all the way up the toes, the top of the foot, the bottom of the foot, the calf, the knee, the thigh, the side of the body, the arm, the fingers, all the way up to the top of the head. And then you go through the left side all the way up. That's a body scan. And all you're doing is basically just mentally saying the parts of the body as you go up and then back down, right side, left side, and so forth. You're always trying to be symmetrical in yoga. You're always trying to address both sides because it's called balance, mentally and physically, right? So as you do the body scan, which gives you something to focus on, the other part is the breathing. So if you can lay down, you can access the diaphragm, which is right, under the chest, and you can gently place a hand or hands there, and you can puff up that diaphragm gently, and it's just gravity works better with you when you're laying down, actually. And then you release the air, and you feel that little diaphragm balloon empty out of the air. And so this is how you sync up the body to relaxation and to calming down and to slowing down, which will hook into your central nervous system, which will hook into a whole bunch of other systems, obviously. And then through that, you're going to help the adrenal menopausal hormonal system calm down as well, because one thing is going to definitely influence the other. You know, you're going to the motherboard, if you will, of the body, you know, which is a combination really of several things, the vagus nerve and so forth. We can go down that rabbit hole another time. That's a whole nother topic. But that's also a huge nervous system. And you say you have butterflies in your stomach and so forth. You know, that's a prehistoric, if you will, system. That's an old system that's actually got more nerves in it than your central nervous system, the vagus, okay? So it's all hooked up. So the breathing and the vagus and the central nervous system, they're all part of your motherboard. So you want to hook into that with the breath, and you want to focus on something. So I think rather than address where everybody is physically, it's just easier to just say, you know, sit down or lay down, whichever, or even, you know, if you're a yogi, go to your mat and lay down, or sit if that's more comfortable. Put a pillow under your hips if that's more comfortable, or under your knees, get a little sheet or a little blanket, what have you, to get into the zone, if you will, of breathing and calming down. Now, if you're in a grocery store and so forth, you obviously can't do that when you're breaking out a big sweat, right? So you can just stand there somewhere, wherever you are, and gently breathe in and out slowly. So what you need to do is remind yourself, maybe some people do with a little rubber band on their wrist, you know, you've probably heard of that one. Gently snap a soft rubber band to remind yourself to breathe and hook into that breathing system. So you want to, and you can practice this at home so that when you're out and about, go into your practice that way. Nobody's going to know while you're dealing with shopping in the grocery store if you're, you know, breathing gently. Most people aren't going to even notice what's going on, you know, with you. I mean, obviously, if you're standing there and going, ha, 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 people are going to like, well, okay, what's with this lady? What's with these people? You don't need to do that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about just standing there and gently thinking about your diaphragm filling with air a little bit, maybe more than a little bit if you can, if you're comfortable with that, and then releasing and letting that air out. There's something in yoga called cat-cows. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with that. And you can do that standing, sitting, laying down, whatever, which also helps a great deal in syncing up your breathing, okay? Because in cat-cows, you've got that spine activated. So you want to just, you know, hunch over like a cat. You make an arch with your back and you gently tuck your chin. Well, you can do that standing in a very subtle way. You can stand up, and as you release the air, you can gently come forward and relax and let all that air come out and pull your tummy in. You can do that a little bit and you can feel that. You don't have to do it dramatically. You can do it subtly as you pull your tummy in. And then you go the other way. You stand up nice and tall and arch your back the other way. Cat-cow. So cow, the tummy goes down when you're on all fours is the typical yoga way. But you can go ahead and gently arch as a cat would do when it's afraid or scared. And then you can go the other way and sink the tummy down and do the other arch of a cow when a cow's tummy is sinking down to the earth. Okay? Those are the cat-cows. And you can do that in a very gentle way, feeling your hips come in. They call it pelvic tilts. Do a gentle pelvic tilt as you release the air. And you can do that standing, sitting, laying down, whatever, you know, wherever you're at, whether that's at home or at the store, or in the car. You know, you could do that as well. And of course, parallel to that, you want to carry hopefully some fluid with you, i.e. purified water and electrolytes, which also helps a lot when you're dealing with many issues, especially in the heat. we're in horrific heat. As you know, here in Texas, it's like ridiculous, ridiculous hot. So you definitely want to run around with a thermos or something with cooling water, not necessarily icy cold, because that will not necessarily help your system and your stomach function well, actually. But maybe something, tepid-ish or more, maybe a little more on the cool side, because you probably would like that. You want to have fluids with you at all times as well. So electrolytes, even better, because that opens up the cells and gets the cells talking to each other. So you want to do that too. Maybe herbal tea. It looks like you're doing herbal tea, which I also love, which is a great thing. Not caffeinated, preferably, because caffeine will make you sweat more, by the way. So you want to do these gently breathing exercises, and we can do one right now for a minute. And if everybody gets comfortable in their chair or on their couch or bed or wherever you're at or on a mat, I will talk you all through it. We'll give it a couple minutes and we'll just get into that gentle breathing zone. And then I will use my handy dandy soft Tibetan bowl to call us back out of that, if that sounds good. Okay, so everybody get comfy. If you need to put a pillow under your head or a pillow under your knees or get comfy in your chair. And it's fine if you want to close your eyes and definitely turn off all distractions that are around you and give yourself a moment to get into this place, this wonderful space where you can just be yourself, okay? And I want everyone to sit there gently or lay there, whichever you're doing, and breathe in nice and slow, and maybe put your hands around your diaphragm under your chest and right above your belly, and feel that area getting nice and round and big as you fill up. And as you fill up with air, you should also feel your spine lengthening. Okay, you want to feel nice, gentle lengthening of the spine, gentle lengthening of the neck, and you want to release the air gently from your diaphragm and your body. Just let that air flow out of your nose. Don't worry about if it's coming through your mouth or your nose right now. Just let that air out. And good, and just release it. Just feel the body responding to the breath. And we're going to gently breathe in again as we empty out a lot of thoughts and anxieties and whatever else, grocery lists, whatever else you have on your mind. Just breathe in gently, nice filling of the diaphragm, lengthening the spine and neck. Good. And you want to just gently release all that air from the diaphragm. Just gently feel the flow coming out of the mouth or the nose, preferably the nose. Feel it out of the nostrils and feeling the diaphragm empty. Empty the air out. As the body begins to respond more to relaxing, just relax and feel the toes and the ankles, calves, knees and thighs and hips and pelvic and stomach and chest and back and arms, fingers, neck and head, relaxing more and more with every breath. And breathing deep into the body. Maybe feel it this time down to the toes. Good. And gently releasing, just releasing, easy, slow, feeling the diaphragm empty out as the body gets more and more relaxed. Taking another cleansing breath deep into the body, all the way down to the toes. Good. And as you fill up, just think of things that are simple, gentle. Maybe think of nothing. Think of a flower, Think of someone's smile. And let your mind quiet down. And release the breath gently and easily as you relax the body from the toes to the top of the head. As the breath comes out, relaxing. Just let that diaphragm empty everything out. Just let it all go. We're going to take one more good, long cleansing breath here to relax all the cares and worries and body's changes it's going through. We want to just relax all of that right now. One more time into a nice, easy breath, filling up the diaphragm completely, letting that diaphragm just fill up like a balloon, real easy. Feeling that spine grow long and beautiful. One more time. Relaxing the neck and the jaw and the eyes. And when you fill up completely, just let it all go with the breath. And when you hear the gentle Tibetan bowl ding, just come on back into the room around you slowly and easily, and take your time. And gently open your eyes. Maybe stretch a little bit. And just come on back and feel refreshed and feel renewed. And namaste. So that's just a real quickie.
It's beautiful. Willow and Vanessa, you have any comments, any feedback? This is a quick 10-minute session we bring on a daily basis. So if you're welcome to share your feedback or your experience or anything you like. You have to unmute yourself if you want to talk. Vanessa? You have to unmute yourself. You're on mute.
Yeah, it's down the bottom of the screen usually, right?
Yeah. You just have to click that.
There's a little, you take your cursor down to the bottom of the screen. Mine's on the left with a little mic. But
Yeah, the little mic, you have to click it so that you can talk.
yeah, you bring your cursor down.
Oh, yeah, got it.
I don't know. I had to switch the page, I think. I don't know what's going on. It was good. It was a good session. I enjoyed it. I'm going through all these changes right now, so.
Yeah, for sure.
So you're going through perimenopause right now?
Probably. I don't know. I mean, doctors are just,
Yeah.
I'm 46. So there's a lot of changes going. I mean, they did tell me that it was just going to start one day, and yeah, it did.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, that's, we should probably do another session. Topic of all the other things you can use to help you get through all this stuff, because they don't give you a lot of support. They just want you to take some medication, which is not always in your best interest.
The anti-anxiety medication, that's what they gave me.
Yeah. You know, Vanessa, we are actually launching a very affordable self-care program and 2 programs. So I might get your feedback. One would be a simple by yourself, you can go through it and it'll be very, very affordable. The second would be with the coach and live sessions. So if you don't mind giving me the feedback, I can send you an email and you can tell me what you think would be appropriate. And then other sessions which we do, like today, we do it almost on a daily basis. Those are freebies. So do you mind if I send you an email to get your viewpoint as to what you think would help? Yeah, I would appreciate that. Willow, any comment, any feedback? Like I said, this is a quick 5 to 7 minute or 10-minute session we bring before I log off. Okay, nothing from you, Willow? All right.
Just
No
audio.
worries. Adrian, yeah,
Yeah.
you want to share your website, anything, or anything else, Adrian, before I,
Yeah.
before I,
Yeah. The website is integrativewellnesspartner.com, or they can contact me directly either way, adrian.iwp as in partner at Gmail, either way. And
okay,
FYI, I'm going to be changing that all up to adriansyoga.com because,
great, great.
yeah, because I really think that for me is the cornerstone of really foundational, if you will, foundational thing to really support body and mind. Yoga is that. And that's where I'm going to just say, that's it. That's the thing, that's my partner, yoga. Okay. And from there, we can talk about food and we can talk about spiritual and we can talk about emotional and all the rest of it. So, yeah, that's where I'm headed with all that. So eventually be adriansyoga.com. But right now it's integrative wellness partner.com.
Great,
Thank you.
great. Vanessa, I did a session this morning. You might want to take a look at it. It was all about a lot of women don't know when they get, going through perimenopause. So there are tests that are available. And then I'm not recommending that you do the testing, but also the whole point is that if you know what the deficiencies are, whether it's hormones are changing, hormones are going down. We know, all of us know that progesterone starts going down first. When we start hitting the perimenopause, then the estrogen goes up. And that's also not good because then the weight starts happening, right? All of this is also interrelated. So it's a little bit complex, but you might want to take a look at that video. And then based on that, the first thing what most of the functional medicine doctors talk about is using herbals, right? Herbal medicine or herbal supplements before you say, oh no, I'm going to go for HRT, right? Because we don't know, like as women, I don't know, Adrian, have you gotten HRT done? Because the first line of defense is go natural, go holistic, right? And see what you can do by supplementing with enough food. That's what I've heard. I just wanted to share that with you. Maybe Adrian can share if she's gone through HRT or she's just using the holistic route so far.
Exactly. Yeah, my physician at the time wanted to give me some medicine that would speed up menopause. And I
Oh,
was like,
oh
are
my
you
God.
kidding me? No. And I just had this creepy feeling intuitively that would have been a horrible thing to do. And I don't take FYI, I couldn't take birth control pills because they actually made me feel very sick because I was suffering from what I believe was pesticide poisoning from way back. And so when I would take birth control pills, I'd get real dizzy, which enhanced that particular symptom from pesticides, frankly. But anyway, that's another story. But yeah, I didn't do it. I did not take the medication to speed up menopause because I just felt that would be a horrific thing to do with, post problems from all of that. So no, I sought herbal, what little I knew then. I was seeking foods and herbal things as well. Little did I know, both my sons ended up having problems, leaky gut, celiac, allergy to antibiotics. So my path became bigger and bigger and stronger in the direction of natural because I needed to do that, I thought, on behalf of my children. So then, of course, that reflected on me and eventually on my husband, who came along grudgingly, of course, as men do, haha. But yeah, it was a big deal to move in that direction. Frankly, as you probably feel also, you go to your kitchen and or your pantry and or your linen closet, and there's your pharmacy, as in natural stuff, right? Herbals, Bach, flower, aromatherapy, and you cook with them. And I'm big about cooking with a lot of things. I have a fabulous book here about spices and how you use those to address, as a remedy, basically, to your food. So it's incredible. And herbal teas are phenomenal as herbal support. So there's all kinds of things, in that arena that you can do to parallel everything else you're doing. So I started to do all that, made a huge difference. Obviously, in my opinion, what you're doing in the kitchen is like life and death your choices there at the grocery store and your choices in the kitchen, it's everything. And that's where you need to begin to look. And then, of course, go into other phases like taking an enzyme to break down your food, et cetera, et cetera. And there are even like natural papaya is an enzyme. So you could even do chewable papaya, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, so I started to get very serious about that. And it made a difference, huge difference, with my life and my children's lives, my adult sons' lives. Huge difference.
All right. Anything else from both of you, Vanessa and Willow? This has gone beyond what I thought. Normally a 10-minute session. It's become, but it's great. It's great. It's so much more. So I will send both of you, like I said, we are launching a product, a self-care where a lot of women we realize don't even understand what perimenopause is. So this would be a self-care, very, very affordable, maybe $10 a month, something really affordable. And then the second product would be more with the coach and live sessions. Someone like Adrian would come for an hour and walk you through that. So that's what we are thinking of, in the midst of that. So just wanted to get feedback from the end customer. What is it that they are looking for, right? So I'll send you that, Vanessa, and the pricing, how much are you willing to pay, not pay? And then this will the freebie, almost every single day, we have a 10-minute session talking about different topics, all related to perimenopause, menopause, everything. That's all we're doing. So just wanted to share that with you and get your candid feedback. Because at the end of the day, I really want to help other women navigate this phase. And there's not much out there in the world for that matter, That's the problem.
It is absolutely true.
Yeah.
Huge value. I've done a lot of do it yourself, trial and error. And believe me, we probably both know how that takes a bit of time and energy and some money for sure, right? I've gone to classes and books and all of it,
Yeah. I wish I could give everything away for free, but we are hiring a lot of experts, so we have to pay them. So that's why we have to charge for these products a little bit so that we keep going. That's as you can understand, right?
Yeah, I think most people understand. They're getting value for that. And hopefully they'll come back for more as they begin to reflect all that in their own lives.
Yeah. Okay. So if there is nothing else, any last comments from you, Vanessa or Willow, before we wrap up the session? Okay. All right. So you like the value we are bringing, right? I just want to confirm. Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Adrian, for you. Thank you. Thank you, Willow. I know you've been quiet, but thank you for joining.
Thank you, everybody. See you all soon.
Thank you. Yes. I'll
Thanks
be
for the opportunity. I so appreciate it.
I will be in touch. Thank you.